What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to yet another wonderful episode of Chat'n Charni, episode 13. You know what they say, good luck. But I got some esteemed guests with me here. One you guys already recognize, the lovely Andrei Dubrovski.
My name is Andrei Dubrovski, and I approve this message.
He approved it, but who you guys may not know so much, welcoming to a new guest to the podcast, Elijah Kessler. Good friend of mine since maybe third grade.
I thought it was first.
Might be first grade. My memory's a little shot since the perks, but ever since, I'm recovering. Anywho, back to you. Elijah, say what's up to the podcast, man.
Hey, good evening.
It picks up pretty strong. Yeah.
Good evening. Nice to see you all. So glad we finally make it on the lucky number 13. I didn't know we were that 13,
deep, dude. You deserve it, man. We got a
Adam's
aerospace. Yo, shut the fuck up.
Wait.
An aerospace engineer
and mechanical.
And what is that? We'll start off there, honestly. We got some breaking news to go over, but first off, let's learn a little bit more about you, Elijah. What does aerospace engineering entail?
Oh, thank you, Adam. Well, as he already revealed, I've known Adam since I was it was like first grade. I still have pictures like literally on my fridge. I have one of those smart fridges.
Oh,
that
geez,
has like the
first grade pictures of us.
No, yeah, those smart fridges, and then they have like a little slideshow of the pictures you pass by it. I don't know who uploaded. I think it's from my mom's. If I talk too fast, everyone says I talk too fast. You know how people talk.
I love it. I hate slow talkers.
Yeah,
come on, get it out.
Because I got a lot to say, so I just keep talking. But yeah, so my mom, probably my mom's one. She's the one that takes all the pictures. She uploads it every once in a while. I walk by whenever I'm home, and I just see the picture of me next to him. We're both like 7. I think it's his 7th birthday. We're like over the water. We're cutting his cake. We're in the pool.
I remember that.
And then I see him. He's just like holding the big like cake knife up to my head. I'm like, where are the parents?
I was like trying to kill buddy.
Where are the parents at? But I was fun. And then I was there. I was a little skinny kid. That was funny. But yeah,
aerospace engineering.
So ever since
and also talk this way. It creeps them out when we talk at them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What's up? So it's a newcomer to the podcast world, so you get a first one word.
We're not media trained yet.
No, we're giving him the media training right now on the fly, but you're doing well, man.
I thought it was like the news where you have to stare them down all the whole time.
No, it's actually the opposite because the news feels so formal and like brainwashing when they're doing that. We're just some chaps having a conversation.
We're just guys,
man.
But yeah, with aerospace engineering, like literally. It actually the seeds for that started taking root when we first knew each other. It was in the 4th grade.
They asked you what you wanted to be when you grew up.
Do you remember in 4th grade? Who'd you have for 4th grade? Do you remember? It's okay if you don't.
I had Mr. Vern.
I had the Vern.
Oh, we had her together. She's probably dead now.
She's
know that,
old,
right? No, she was like, bro. This lady was like 80 when she was our 4th grade teacher. She's dead now.
Do you remember Tyler Housen? I think he
Of course, that's my homie. I still see him all the time.
I miss him. I think he ended up going to FSU. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he went to FSU. He graduated.
Anyways, tell us about aerospace engineering, Elijah.
I keep getting distracted.
It's all good.
But that's where it started. Like I remember when they handed out that thing where it's like, this is a little person. Draw out who you want to be in the future. Mm-hmm. And then I drew on that. I'm like, oh my god, I love space, and I just drew on that. And then you know how we're all younger, we want to be an astronaut or a race car driver or something like that.
Or a cop.
Yeah, if you're that type of kid. But then I realized...
I was a hall monitor.
Oh, yeah, you were.
That's why I wanted to be a cop.
You look like a hall fucking
Hey, man,
you be patrolling the halls.
I went rabid with power, dog. I was writing up citations left and right. Like, kids were getting so mad, I'd turn the corner in the hallway, just get slammed by a bunch of tar and feathers. Like, I was just getting wrecked out there.
It's a good thing I went to a different high school. But... Yeah, I was there.
To be an astronaut.
But the thing is, I feel like I never grew up. I still want to be an astronaut. And then I was looking back at it, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm still in the running for it. Because when I came after I graduated from high school, the high school I went to was more like STEM oriented.
So very scientific.
Math and science.
Robotics.
So I was such a nerd in high school. I did 10 APs and I passed all of them. And I think my SAT score I ended with a 1450.
Okay. For all our viewers that don't know what an AP class is, it's basically a college class in high school.
Yeah, you can take college credits and then they apply for it.
Mm-hmm. You ever take any AP classes?
No.
I took 8 of them myself. I
dropped out.
Yeah, but you just got your diploma though. My man, high school graduate. We're making moves out here. Soon enough, he'll be able to fill out a 1099 tax form.
And then he can drive soon.
Oh yeah. But so you want to be an astronaut? You
Yeah.
went to the STEM school.
And then I left it, and I was like, okay, I know, like, ever since when I was younger, I love like doing stuff with my hands. Like, I remember like back in my old house on 71st Street, I used to do like a lot of stuff with
hands.
I would get
Hey, yo.
I would get materials from like, you know, the trash. Like, I would build my own stuff. Like, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm making like a robot, or like I would get like some sort of like materials and I put it together. I did like some stuff like.
Would you have to fight off homeless people for the loot?
No, my own trash before they could get to it.
Okay.
But yeah, also I would like make simple circuits with like, you know, with the wires and electronics and all that. It was to the point where I wanted to start welding. My father was like, "You're too young." I was like, "I've seen you weld. Just teach me." But then when I got to
You're good.
yeah, when I got to UCF, and I was like, okay, I want to do aerospace engineering because that's the thing with like you know, going to space and all that.
Rocket
and planes
shit.
yeah.
That's where you learn rocket science.
And UCF's the best place for it because it's so close to everything. There's
UCF is the University of Central Florida in Orlando,
It's like
Florida.
next to Cape Canaveral and shit, right?
It's 40 minutes away from Cape Canaveral.
Oh, right next to it. No,
Yeah.
that's close. That's close. Have you seen a rocket take off?
Yes.
Many.
No, but many. I have I made a lot of STEM friends there. STEM is of course math and science and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a group chat, and it's like, okay, rocket launch 12:30 a.m. and we would just go to one of the rooftops of the UCF parking lots, and we were watching. We just see like this huge searing light go off into the sky. We were like, wow, and we all had a common interest, and it would be beautiful.
And space is so beautiful because you see that rocket taking off, and after a few minutes, it's gone. Like, it's gone into that big, deep, black nothingness.
Yeah.
Kind of like my ex bitch, but fucking... and it's just gone off to the cosmos. Speaking of which, I do have a trivia fun fact for my astronaut and my Russian. These two align. I found out the other day, 3 people have died in space?
Yes.
And they were all on the same mission, and they were Russian cosmonauts. They were the
R.I.P.
R.I.P. They were the first
Pour one out.
So at first they launched up the Russian space station back in 71, right? In like March of 71.
Mm-hmm.
They sent some guys out there to try to get onto it because they sent it up completely robot controlled, non-man controlled,
Yes.
non-manned, whatever.
Remote controlled.
Thankfully we got an expert here. We got a rocket science. Anyways, these 3 Ruski vodka chuggers fucking hopped in. They go up. They can't get in the fucking space station. So they come back down earlier than expected. They make it back home. Then the second group of motherfuckers they send up, these dudes get in the space station, live there for like 3 weeks. They do research on like what weightlessness has, what effects it has on the body, like eating out there, a whole bunch of shit. But then when these motherfuckers try to come back home, upon re-entry, like they're literally in the atmosphere crashing down, some little hole poked loose somehow under their chair, the smallest hole ever, probably the size of your dick, like this big. And with just that small ass hole, the vacuum of space that it is sucked all the oxygen out of there, and they landed perfectly, but they were getting no signals from them. They'd knock, no one would answer. When they finally opened it up, they just saw 3 dudes in there dead with purple faces.
So they ain't die in space then?
No, they died re-entering in space.
Technically, yeah.
So they were in space. If they weren't in space, it wouldn't have sucked the oxygen out. So they were still in space.
You never watched Star Wars before? What happens when there's like a hole, bro?
In space?
Yeah, but that's not like real, right?
Star Wars?
Are you sure?
Was it based on a true story?
I think so.
Yeah, bro.
It happened
a long time ago in the galaxy far away. Bro,
I just wanted to
George Lucas is our greatest historian.
I thought you were about to say George Floyd.
Hey man, George Floyd's the greatest actor that ever lived. But anyways,
okay, wait. I just wanted
moving on.
I just want to get out of the way before I forget this. I recently, not recently. I've known this for a while. There are, of course, there's many things in the way of becoming an astronaut, but these are the 3 main pillars of you trying to get one.
Okay,
Excuse me.
you're excused.
One is you need, and this is why I'm going for my master's in mechanical engineering.
Mm-hmm.
One is you need a master's degree in any type of STEM field. It could be engineering, biology, anything that's math or science. You just need a master's in it, so they know that you're legit.
Okay.
Second thing is you need the standard experience, like an internship or work experience, probably for like 1 or 2 years in the field, so you know that you can work around them and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And the third thing,
Spark that thing up, baby.
third thing's really interesting. You need at least 1,000 logged flight hours in the air, meaning you need
And it could be on a regular plane.
Yes.
Okay, I thought they meant spacecraft.
So are you in like pilot school then?
Well, actually, I found a really cool way with that because my group of friends, my STEM friends, and I'll get into that a little bit later because the way I met them is really miraculous. I swear, the people like I interact with, like, don't get me wrong, I feel everything happens for a reason. Like, I definitely met you for a reason. You don't meet anyone on accident. Everyone serves their purpose at least one point. If not now, it'll come evident in the future.
I completely agree, bro. All of it is serendipitous.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, anything that comes across your life happens for you and is meant to. Like, even if you don't believe in a higher power, you can't believe everything's a fucking coincidence.
No, like, it happens for a reason. And then part of these STEM friends is one of them. He actually, I went to his graduation recently. He's a really cool guy. He's one of the coolest guys I know. He loves smooth jazz. He's very...
Oh, that makes him cool as shit.
Not like that.
It's more like, I've been really trying for a while. Go ahead.
He's a sharp dresser and all that, which is hard because people don't know how to dress anymore. People don't take care of themselves anymore. But the coolest thing is, like, he got his 4-year degree, but it was in general studies. But that's okay because he already graduated as a pilot. He's an official pilot.
Okay.
So, but the pilot school, where he wanted to be a pilot, as they said, we don't care what you get, just get a 4-year degree in anything, just so we can see you can do a 4-year commitment.
Yeah.
So now that he's a registered pilot,
and that's what most of college is.
Yeah,
just you can commit for 4 years.
Yeah, commit for 4 years, and then we can
put your head down and do whatever the fuck I tell you to do, which is what you're gonna be asked of at
just so you can put down 4 years of your life for this thing.
Exactly.
But he did that, which is cool because I actually flew with him before last summer, and what's cool is that since he's a registered pilot, I'm gonna start flying with him more this summer, and I'm gonna get a log. But each time I go with him, he logs it down, and we fly. Let's say we fly like 3 hours per session.
It's like when I go to my AA meetings that are court ordered. And
yeah, you get a chip.
Signs it off at the end.
Yeah. But this isn't court ordered. This is more for like I want to do it, and then
I get it.
I go to him.
There's a guideline you have to follow.
Yes.
You just have to make these hours, and he signs off on it.
And now that he's an official pilot, like it's each session lasts 2 or 3 hours, and
that's just you two in the plane together.
Yes.
For 2-3 hours.
And we fly over Central Florida. It's amazing.
Central Florida.
Like
I was gonna name airports.
Like Okeechobee. We actually touched down some airports, and it's really cool being next to him because we both have those headsets on. We wear the headsets at all times so we can hear each other because it's very loud up there.
Yeah.
And then I hear him talk to the. Control post. He says some call signs. I'm forgetting them right now, but he says, "Oh, we are coming in. Request for landing." They say, "Request granted. You may land."
Mm-hmm.
And we land there, and he lets me take off. Taking off is a lot easier than landing because you just
pull up. Yeah, I think everyone knew that. Actually, the other day I was passing the local flight airport because it's on the way to my job, North Perry Airport, and I saw a dude coming in hot for a landing. Bro, I don't know how I knew to watch because I'm driving and he's flying over me. I'm like, he's coming in a little hot. So now he's to my right and kind of behind me, and I'm watching, probably about to crash, but I don't give a fuck. I'm watching, and I see him touch down, but it's bouncing.
Yeah.
And then he's getting close to the end of his runway. I'm like, dude, you running out of land. And he obviously can't make it, so I saw Buddy take right back off. Yeah. He tried to land it, took right back off, barely cleared the fucking trees. I was like, yo,
GTA in real life.
Exactly. I'm watching that, and I'm just
we're living in GTA.
I'm just trying to imagine what he's going through in that cockpit. He's like, all right, landing. Oh, this bumpy. Oh shit, we're running out of room. He's like, I gotta pull up.
Pull out. Yeah. Try again.
Yeah, but he's probably shitting his pants, bro. He came this close to incinerating. Anywho, back to some positive stuff.
But
you know what I meant.
Yeah, but like 2 or 3 hours a day, and then we do that like a couple like once or twice a week over the years. It adds up until I get to 1,000, and then I can go up to NASA and be like, hey, look, I got my master's, I got my flat hours logged by a genuine pilot, and I got my experience. You want to get me or not?
Is NASA? Oh, you go first.
Are you like training for like the G forces and shit too? Like
I've been training that for my whole life. I love roller coasters.
Well, I'm saying like when your friend flies in the plane, do you do like the G force, like the turning and shit?
He actually knows a lot of tricks since he's an actual pilot. He graduated all that. He knows that he stalled the engine. We fell free fall. I felt the G's on us, and then he reignited the engine and he pulled us up. He knows exactly what he's doing. It's so cool seeing. I wish I could show you.
I still wouldn't have trusted Buddy with that one.
Insane,
yeah. Stalling the engine on me.
I love letting life on the edge. I was like, whatever. If we're over, because he did over a body of water. So, like I said, if you have to make an emergency landing, it's way better over a body of water.
I think we know that much. I would imagine.
I would want to fucking hit the ground going fucking.
Unless you somehow can spot a large foam pit Like I'm talking one.
Yeah, the ball pit.
You spent a lot of
Bouncy house convention.
Just land in a bouncy house, man. Mattress foam.
So moving onwards with the pilot, you're getting your logbook, you're getting your hours. What I was gonna ask about NASA, are they still the Nike of space engineering? Like SpaceX is here now. Is there competition? Like Adidas has caught up with Nike. Now there's two of them.
SpaceX will be better. No, it's private.
It's much like how like Disney was dominating your, because I kind of biased because I've been in Orlando for the past couple of years. Disney was dominating the entertainment industry until oh my gosh, Universal's picking up now.
Okay.
Because they
I've always liked Universal more than
I'm an annual pass holder.
Ain't Universal Disney?
No, it's different. They're about to have a new third park and it's going to surpass Disney.
Wow.
And
there's Universal and Island of Adventure, which are kind of the same.
And now Epic Universe next year.
Oh, nice. So Epic Universe is going to be their third park.
So
I thought Universal was just the other part from Disney.
No, but apply that to how pretend NASA was a Disney. It's like it's a family name, everyone knows it. But now SpaceX, which is like Universal, is coming up, and it shows pretty big competition. I mean, sure, they have a lot of success, but also they have a lot of failures, and that's why I don't really appreciate it. Like I just saw
fucking Hulk ride.
No, yeah,
not as cool as you think.
The Falcon.
That shit's fucking fire.
It's beautiful, but you know Brad Venture.
I remember it's great the first go around, but after that it's lame.
You just gotta ride in the back.
The Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. Now that shit is tight.
Yeah,
that shit is tight. Every time I go on it, I throw on that Thriller from MJ, and I'm just like,
yeah, you start having a stroke.
You ever been to the Epcot, like the Yeti one, bro, where you go backwards?
Everest?
I haven't been to Disney.
Everest,
I haven't been to Disney World since I was 5 years old. Bro.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a minute.
You sound like you were talking like it was yesterday. I'm good.
That's fond memories.
No, that was the Rip Ride Rockets from Island of Adventure. Total different.
That's from Universal Studios.
That's what I meant. Anywho.
But yeah, like I was making that analogy because like SpaceX is like Universal. It's coming up. Has a lot of promising stuff, but also it's getting too big too fast. Like it's kind of like overpacing like actual safety, because the most recent Falcon 9 launch, they had to last minute scrub it because propulsion systems were off. And it was going to explode 5 seconds after leaving.
Last thing you want to rush to completion's a goddamn
rocket.
Rocket.
Yeah.
Falcon. We're not even talking about the roller coaster.
It was an analogy, yeah.
Holy shit. You're saying an actual rocket would have probably exploded on Apollo 11.
Oh, it's happened before.
Apollo
with SpaceX.
11.
It's nothing new.
Wait, SpaceX has had on takeoff explosions?
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't seen that.
Bro, Elon's not too good at this.
I've only seen the Teslas blowing up. I didn't know the rocket ships.
It's all Elon. Everything he makes kind of blows up.
I'm on the money right now. I'm in the pocket, dog. But anyway, so yes. And then NASA's taking off too quick. They're becoming a known name, but their Falcon 9 is
SpaceX.
SpaceX
you said
expanding too quick. So it's kind of like when Japan tried to catch up to America in industrialization. How America took about 100 years to industrialize. Yeah. Japan did it in 20.
That's true, but then also Japan didn't fall on its fate so much. SpaceX is kind of doing that.
I mean, we all remember 1945. No, I'm kidding. That was before their industrial. Was it?
That was their emo stage. That was their emo stage.
That was when they went goth. It was more like bonsai. that was pretty goth.
And then Boeing, don't get me started. They can't have functioning doors on any of their planes.
We love Boeing.
Yeah, you like falling out of planes as they get pressurized cabin pulls you out. Yeah, it's free skydiving lessons. You know.
I had a great segue right there with Boeing into one of our other topics, but I'm not going to use it because I wanted to pull a little more out of this because we haven't learned enough.
Yeah.
So, what would you say intrigues you the single most about space? Is it the unknown or something you already know of is out there?
It's the unknown.
It's just the sheer unknown.
I know. It's personally like
I just came up with that.
Bro, you're profound and stuff, man.
Bro, when I smoke, dog, I turn into goddamn Marcus Aurelius.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx was a dickhead.
Nah, Karl Marx was a scumbag. I like Plato. Maybe Muhammad.
Socrates.
Maybe good old Socrates. We love Socrates.
But yeah,
it's so crazy that you haven't finished this point yet.
Because you keep talking over me about Socrates and Plato. Okay, wait, man. Because ever since I was younger, do you remember seeing me in middle school? How I was literally I could not.
Gay? Oh.
After that, you sitting me like going around that. You saw I couldn't sit still at lunch for 1 second. I had to talk to everyone.
I just thought you had fucking Down syndrome.
No, well, it's besides that, I couldn't because I love exploring. I love seeing as much things as possible. And to me, space is the most exploration possible. I want to be up there and see all of it at once and look down like, look, Earth. That's where every human that's lived.
Imagine what that would look like, man. You're just up there free falling, and you look down, you just see this little ball of water with a couple green spots.
And that's where everyone in history that's either lived or died, it's all been there for now. And it's like, it's a lot to process.
There's that one theory that we came from Mars. So that
okay, everything we know. No, not from Mars.
It's not Mars?
Beyond that.
It's further out.
You haven't seen
There's got to be a few theories then. We're getting our theories mixed up here.
Not Interstellar. What's the other one with aliens?
Interstellar's a goodie. Basically, the whole movie is he falls into a wormhole and becomes one with time space, right? He can see like the whole fucking world.
It's like thing is, I think what happened is like he got in contact with aliens, but they see in the fourth dimension, so you can't really see them.
That's what it is. You're right. You're right. He's living amongst us.
Among us.
Interacting with You're right. But interacting with us
sounds better though.
It does sound better, but in that sense, I think among is the proper grammatical use.
Oh, I just said Among Us. I love that game.
Oh, then yeah, it was amongst. I knew I was fucking right. I'm never wrong. I'm recanting anything I ever apologized for because I apologize to absolutely fucking nobody.
You stupid liberal.
Yeah, I love him. But fucking...
What are we talking about?
I had another great segue to our next point right there. But you were telling us about the beauty, the attraction of the unknown. What are some spitball theories you think are out there that are plausible? Well, yeah, fuck it. We've never really talked about that on the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. He says we know there's aliens, and why you say that?
I mean, oh my gosh, wait, this is like a little complicated to say, but yeah,
take your time. Yeah.
Okay, they definitely came here. You've seen literally, I think it was last year, the government declassified videos of UFOs flying, and we didn't care because we were focused on whatever else was happening.
I also remember the whistleblowers speaking out against it in Congress.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So they're definitely here. They're probably in government as well. I mean, they're probably not
only. You think we have like skinwalker alien types that could be amongst government?
Skinwalkers are different.
Okay, so you're saying they can't. You're not saying they're literal government figures that we know of and just pose as a human. You're saying they're behind the scenes.
Well, it's not just government. I didn't want to say that to be like crazy, but like they could be like us. They could be in government. They could be regular people. You see
Elon Musk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no wait. He's just
Elon
autistic.
Musk is just trying to get back home.
He's just
bro.
autistic.
Yeah.
He's just an alien trying to get back home.
I feel with Elon Musk. He's like a little nerd.
I don't.
But what I'm saying, what's saying you wouldn't fuck with aliens if they can't? What if they were like Elon Musk?
With aliens, bro. Aliens are cool, bro.
But you don't really know that yet.
I mean, bro.
Anyways, so
something I wanted to bring up is that they may be completely different from us, like biology-wise, because we're carbon-based life forms. Our main amino acid chains and all that are based on carbon. Yeah. But a very similar chemical compound is silicon. They might be silicon-based organisms. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
there's natural occurring silicon.
Yes, silicon. If in many chemical reactions,
is there a difference between silicon and silicone?
Silicon is a part of silicon. Silicon's a compound.
Silicon is a valley that a bunch of pretentious stuck-up people live in.
But also, in many chemical reactions, silicon can take the place of carbon since they have very similar chemical structure. Atomic structure, sorry.
So that could be some silicon-based life forms.
Silicon-based life forms, yes, instead of carbon-based.
Now, here's my thing, right? Say we live in a world where aliens do exist. They've been here. That alone proves they're eons above us, technologically speaking. Meaning, if they can get here, we can't get there. In layman's terms, they're beating us. For anyone who doesn't understand that simple concept,
hell no, bro. I don't let no fucking aliens beat humans.
Technologically speaking, I'm saying, if they can get here and we can't get there, thus, as a side definition that must be true, they have better technology. Right?
Well, hold on. Something that is worrying, and like a lot of scientists talk about this, is like there's something called the Great Barrier, the Fermi paradox. Like, okay, if there's so many people so many different civilizations are spread across the galaxy, if they're able to evolve and reach these types of civilizations that can be spacefaring and all that, then why haven't we heard from them yet? There might be a barrier, which as soon as they reach some type of development, they get completely wiped out. Either be nuclear war.
That's what their theory about us is, and what's happened with
because we're about to be so advanced, but
the pyramids wipe themselves out.
Not the pyramids. What? You're getting too stupid.
Ancient civilizations that were able to build the pyramids.
I think aliens built the pyramids.
No, say there were an ancient civilization that got so advanced that they could build structures
Yes.
as prolific as the pyramids. Thus, that would mean they got so advanced to a point they too could have wiped themselves out. And we're now the second stage that are now getting so advanced. We're on the fucking lifeline of World War III that could potentially wipe us out again.
That's true, but one of the things I'm also saying is I believe that the reason we don't hear from any of the else of these advanced civilizations because we're getting close to being one of those. And I feel like if we get too advanced, we start emitting like we have this type of technology. There's an even bigger type of how do you say
radio wave that goes out in this
yes specific type of emissions.
I know what you're talking about.
But then also
I've seen this.
I feel
the
like
type that we have now cannot be seen for millions of years,
hundreds of light years away because we've been emitting radio waves for over a century now. So that's been
nothing.
A century out now.
That's nothing compared to the hundreds of light years, like you're saying. Anything would be out there. No,
we've only started using radio waves and all that for about a century now. So it'll be only 100 light years away by now.
Okay, you're right. Yes.
Because before that, we haven't been doing that yet.
Yes, but we can already, with the technology we have, see 100 light years away, correct?
Well, no, what I was saying is like...
How far out can we see right now?
Oh, we can see as far out as like, oh my gosh, 13 billion light years away because that's what... Before that, there was nothing because there was no light from it because that's when the Big Bang started. That's how telescopes
we can
work.
See to the origin point of the Big Bang?
Theoretically, yes, but we're still trying to figure that out.
What we confirmed can see.
Yeah, based on like...
How far our telescopes go now.
Yeah, we can see it, but then also it's literally like a time machine. We can look at stuff, but what we're looking at, if we're looking at someone from 13 billion light years away, we're looking at it how it was 13 billion years ago because that's how long it takes for light to reach us.
Correct, you're right. So we're seeing the Big Bang the moment it happened.
If we're looking in the right place, we could.
Yes, I got you.
I saw some shit where it's like if aliens,
and that's what the theory of relativity comes from.
Almost.
I'm just making that up.
I saw some shit where like if aliens were looking at us, bro, they would see like dinosaurs, right? Because of how like
because of how far. If they're really far, they could. Because if they look at us, and then the light that if they're really like, let's say they're 67, 66 million years away, and they look at us right now, they'd be seeing dinosaurs because the light that comes off of Earth from the sun transmitted to them would be from that time period, which has been dinosaurs.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And they wouldn't know we existed yet, unless they came to us themselves.
Exactly.
But what I was saying is like the reason that we don't see any other advanced alien civilizations is because one of the popular theories is that there's one mega advanced alien civilization, and if anyone gets too advanced, they immediately wipe them out. So that's why people are kind of scared. Some scientists, not all of them. This is kind of like a little like theory, but like if we get too advanced, then they'll finally notice. Say, okay, you're getting too close to us. We're gonna eradicate you.
What if their form of eradicating was to just plug us into a computer where this is what we see?
Sure.
I'll be crazy.
That's another. Anyways, so we got really.
Fuck with this simulation.
Nah, the simulation's pretty cool. You know what's not a simulation?
What?
Our president-elect got shot at 2 days ago.
Well, he didn't get...
Last night, actually. What the fuck am I saying?
He got president, bro.
Isn't that bro? They shot our boy.
Damn,
shot our boy, Andrei.
Fuck,
and look, I have no political affiliations, really. I just fuck with Trump as something to observe. It's amazing to watch.
As a G?
He's a G, bro. It's just great to watch. I don't believe in politics as a whole because you're just a puppet and a cog of a machine.
Yes.
But
I love watching like he my brother. For real.
Like you grew up with him.
Because we did. We watched Trump through our whole life, bro. He was in everything. Rap
videos. I was a little boy. I used to look at the TV. I'm like, damn.
I remember in high school.
For real.
I remember in high school I read some of the Art of the Deal. It was I forgot why. I was bored.
You just checked it out.
Yeah,
I
was
actually
like,
started it not too long ago. And there's some great stuff in there. Recently, I read from it, actually. Here's a little tidbit for our business aficionado viewers. If you ever go to the negotiating table and you're not willing to say no to it as a whole, you have no leverage.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't seem too eager for stuff, too. That's just...
But also, if you're not willing to walk away from it, you won't do everything it takes to get what you need out of it. Because sometimes it might be threatening to walk away or showing that you're ready to. And if you're not and they can sense that, you've lost all your bargaining power. So that's a little bit... Bella, will you relax? Sorry, that's my pet tiger.
Oh my gosh, she's chasing lizards like my cat.
Yeah, like me with the BB gun when I'm high on crystal. But fucking... Anywho, Trump got shot at, and they're saying it was this weird incel dude, fucking Thomas Crooks. Do do you guys know much about the shooter? I barely.
I think it's a setup.
You think it's a setup? Okay, so we'll go into conspiracies after because I also have one. But out of the real facts of what happened, Trump was holding a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, and about 15 minutes into him talking, there was a shooter from the northeast, about 150 yards away, 148 yards, 450 feet, which is also the standard distance for you to be issued an M16 in the military. So basically, a Boy Scout can make that shot. It's not a far shot at all. Anyone who's a combat soldier with an M16 has to make that shot in training. So he was on a roof, was able to get a clear shot at the president, and had 20 Secret Service operatives guarding him. That's pure negligence right there alone. There's a guy with a clear line of sight. Any movie you've ever watched, what's the first thing they do when like a president's giving a speech or?
I mean, not gonna let if the secret
response team, yes, but they're clearing all the roofs.
If the Secret Service are neglecting Trump, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean,
the thing is, did you hear about like the DEI initiative that they had, where they try to make like a lot of the workforce women?
Well, hey,
They just they got incompetent women at that. Where you saw the video of like there was one this one Secret Service agent. She was a woman. Apparently, she was like a new hire, and she just out of nowhere she was just like looking down at the ground, got her gun out. You feel me? Just like pointing, like couldn't get in. This shit, like she was.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I will play devil's advocate. There were definitely some diversity hires there. But I saw some of those shorties get in Trump's way for to be a human shield. They were about protecting our president. Some of them ran tackles. They did their job, yes. But
that's what they're supposed to do. But there were some that, you feel me? I mean, that's not their fault. You feel me? It's a high stress situation.
Exactly.
No one would expect this nigga to get fucking assassinated.
Are you kidding me? It hasn't been attempted first off since 82, I believe is the exact year. I know for sure it was Reagan during the 80s.
Well, then you can't forget the 2 shoes consecutively thrown at George W. Bush.
Oh, yeah. That's a clear attempt on his life. Other than that, too. But, or about all the South Park episodes when they came for Bush hard.
I'm surprised no one tried to assassinate Obama. He was kind of trivial.
I mean, that guy led the
really liked Obama.
Everyone liked Obama.
Even though his policies were they were all right. Even though his policies were alright, no one really hated. Thing is, the left media really paints Donald Trump as next.
You know who loves Obama? Big Pharma.
Obama low-key caused the downfall of my family.
Dude, Obama led the fucking league in civilian weddings massacred. He dropped more drone strikes on civilians
in Tunisia.
In Tunisia too, probably, than any president in history. I'm pretty sure I read a stat. If you combine them all, Obama still beats him.
Yeah,
plus, he's having gay sex with his chef and murdering him in the river.
Well,
he has a crazy scumbag.
He already has gay sex with Michelle.
True. Plus, that boy's not even a citizen. Anyways, back to Trump getting shot at.
Obama cool though. You feel me?
I mean, he got a fire playlist. You see that playlist he releases?
Obama really started racial politics in America.
That's
always been there.
A lot. Thing is, he really
the black vote's always been a thing.
Well, not always, but
not always. Obviously, not when there was the 3/5 compromise. Yeah. It was only 3/5 of a thing. But now it's a thing,
obviously,
and
there was always racial politics around, But you feel me? Obama really you feel me?
I saw something online that said "Oh, Trump getting shot. Will this enhance the black vote?" I'm like, what?
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, getting shot at now the blacks will. That's what?
I see.
Hey, 50 Cent is endorsing him hard now.
I'm not surprised.
A turnaround. He changed the cover of his tour because you know how he has that cover of Get Rich or Die Trying is him shirtless with the bulletproof.
Yeah.
He changed his head to be Trump's face. That's just crazy. He's riding hard.
That's hilarious.
And if you're gonna if you gonna sit here and tell me 50 Cent doesn't have a grip on the black community. You lie in yourself.
Did you see the picture?
Well, more than R. Kelly.
Trump with the blood, bro. He got the hand. He's like,
not more than Diddy though. Yo, yeah, that got him Elon Musk's fucking backing.
Yeah, but Elon already supported him.
Of course, but he tweeted Trump's the toughest president since Theodore Roosevelt, and it's just a pic of him being like, "Bye."
I wanted to say something.
Hey, and that boy is 70 years old, dog. Almost 80.
Biden's 90.
Yeah. in cat years, he's like 180.
Cat years, bro.
But
I wanted to talk a little bit about you. You brought up Elon, and it's pretty funny because like with my with my STEM friends, have you ever heard? There's a kid who devised code to track Elon Musk's jet. So I was surprised to hear that.
They do that for a lot of celebrities. Like
he
destroyed Taylor Swift.
With Taylor Swift, Mark Cuban, and all that. It was amazing. So I was actually. Did you know that he actually goes to UCF?
Who?
His name's Jack Sweeney. He tracks.
I zoned out on that boy. Yo.
I zoned out for a sec.
But yeah, the kid that tracks.
The guy that tracks the plane. Got you.
He goes to UCF, and I heard about this when I went to. Okay, so for the audience, let me give you a brief catching up for it.
Hold on, don't forget what you're about to say. I almost forgot. We got to pay the bills here. Shout out to today's sponsor, Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Specifically, Publix donuts in the bakery aisle. Just ask John about me; he'll take care of you.
That's crazy.
Round of applause for the.
How much did they front us? They fronted us like 200.
They fronted like 10 bands
for equipment, right? Shit, we spent that shit on jet skis and hookers, dog. Oh, they might watch this shit. I'm just playing.
Chill.
Okay, so.
But anyway, so in UCF, University of Central Florida, there's like a couple main like nightclubs for the students and all that. One of them,
if that's what you can call them,
barely. One of them, like it was literally the weekend that it was closing. It was called Pub. And it was,
I've been to pub.
You've been to pub?
I think I haven't been to pub, dog.
Why didn't you hit me up, bro?
Dude, I took my shirt off and got tackled by a security guard at pub, and on my way out.
You know how we get down at pub.
They don't know how we get down in O-Town, dog.
I hooked up with a French girl there.
Nice. Little Pepe Le Frog action, eh? Le petit croissant. French's petit croissant and her petit bon appetit.
Okay, that's not the point. But then, so
I didn't finish my story. I got tackled, and as I was leaving shirtless, my boy, I'm like, bro, I didn't even get to hook up with a girl. And he shows me at some chick, and she just kissed me right there. And then we walked out. Security guard stared me down with a mean mug.
You know how we get down at the pub, man.
That's how we get down in O-Town.
But pub's gone. It got torn down. There's a new like housing there. They're building there. They bought up that land.
R.I.P.
Goddamn engines.
That was over that was 2 years ago. Engines. But anyway, I was there and I was waiting in line. It was during summer B, which is when a lot of the high school kids that's their first semester going to college. So there's a lot of kids in there. And then this kid was behind me. He's like, yo, the guy that tracks Elon's jet, he's right behind him. I'm like, no, he's not. I just only heard of him through news. I'm like, I didn't even know he was in Florida. I was like, I thought he was in Wyoming or something. Like, there's no way. And then he's like, no, he's here. So he introduced me. His name is Jack Sweeney. He was like, yo, look at my phone. And I was like, it's literally, he showed me in the Twitter DMs, Elon pleading for his life. I'm like,
Elon's like, oh my God, stop tracking my jet, please.
Yo, pleading for his life is crazy.
No, well, he was like, please stop tracking. Dude, I'll give you a job at Tesla, whatever you want. Just stop tracking my jet.
If you don't take a job at Tesla to stop tracking,
he didn't.
What?
He didn't take the job.
That's what I'm saying. He's an idiot.
No, he's a G. I know, he's a G. He's a G.
Quick.
Unless you want a 60-hour work week, I would never work at any Elon company.
Okay,
Tesla or SpaceX.
What's the ulterior?
He wouldn't make me CFO. What the fuck?
Again, he's got bargaining power.
But anyway, yeah. So I was there, and he was like, "This guy is a force of nature. Like he just like tears stuff. Like me. Like literally, I just go in there somewhere, I start tearing stuff. I don't care. I don't think twice." And he was like, "Hey, watch this." And there was like an outlet. He just kicks it and starts sparking. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And he starts kicking on the door. And then one of the big security guards, probably the one that kicked you out, he says, "Who's doing that?" We're like, "Oh, we don't know." And then we went into pub, and I was like, "Oh my God, this guy's actually the one." I'm like, "What the heck?" So let me like talk to him, and I was trying to get like his social, but then I was looking for him in there.
Trying to get his social security number?
No, social media dummy.
Okay.
And then I saw him.
I'm not hip to the lingo.
And then I saw him in there. He had like I think he had like a Budweiser. He was drunk. He was just there. And I looked him through the crowd, but I was on to him at that moment.
So your drunk impersonation?
He was like, oh yeah. So I was on a girl at that moment, so I couldn't go up to him. And then I was like, I went up to try to check, and he was already gone. And I was like, oh, I missed him. But then later that summer, I'm at the gym, UCF Recreation Wellness Center, the gym. Mm-hmm. And then I go
to the giant rock climbing wall.
You've been there.
Dude,
I went all the way to the top.
He thinks I don't get down in the O-Town.
Because I haven't. That's my school, and I haven't seen you there once.
I was too busy getting top from all the women.
Oh, okay, sloppy top.
And climbing the mountain.
Black women in Orlando.
Oh, Tunisian black women?
I like my women how I like my coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Creamed.
Nice.
Chill.
I just came up with that one too, right?
But then I was there.
That's an Instagram bio.
That's an Instagram bio.
You remember the Smoothie King that's in the gym, right?
Of course.
So I was about to order from them.
I used to hit that every day.
But there was these two guys from me. They ordered a large strawberry Hope.
Why are you stalking their order?
Because I heard them right in front of me. My ears are big. I heard them.
Your ears are quite large.
Yeah. They were too close. Okay, but anyway, I heard the chisme. But anyway, I was like, so then I go talk to them like, hey, I like making friends. So I was like, hey, that was my order too. I was like, hey, we ordered the same thing. You're pretty cool. I was talking like, hey, how was your summer? And they said we did all this, and I was like, oh, I met the guy that tracks Elon's jet. They're like, no way, he's part of our friend group. I'm like, what? And I was like, he's like, yeah, you want to be added to our group chat? I'm like, okay, and I'm still in it to this day. And like, those are my STEM friends. Those are my boys. We do everything together. We drink.
And still tracking the jet to this day?
I was there for when we was tracking Taylor's jet. I was there for the lawsuits. I was actually in the same room when Fox News was interviewing him. I was doing my homework right next to him while he was doing the Zoom interview.
Him?
Huh?
Did they depose him? Like they gave him a few dispositions?
No, they were chill with it.
Just showing I know litigious literature.
Nice.
But it's funny because he got a lawyer like from UCF legal program. His representative.
You mean general counsel?
Yeah, from UCF for And
dude, I can pass the bar right now if I want to.
But it was cool being there, and I really I'm really happy I met all of them. They're really like nice people, especially because Amy's crazy and all that, but everyone all there too. They're really nice people. Because I started my own company.
What is your company? Another brand sponsor.
Gosh. It's called Kessler Industrial LLC.
Now, what is Kessler Industrial LLC's mission statement?
Mission statement to be announced, but also
you don't have a fucking mission statement, Andrei. Is that not the first thing you come up with when you start a business? Your mission statement?
Yeah, the mission statement, bro. That's important, fam.
Okay, I don't have a specific logo statement, but I know what we're doing.
Which is
specifically
indulge me.
We're contractors. We try to do because since we were in University of Central Florida, there's a lot of the big names around us, and they have so many projects they're working on, but they can't do.
Now, what does it take to start a business? Is it hard?
No, you just got to go to sunbiz.org and apply like a couple $100, and then you register yourself.
That's right.
You see, it's that easy.
Yeah.
For all our young entrepreneurs out there.
You just got to
That's what I do. Actually,
have the heart for it. Yeah. But what we're doing is, since they have so many projects they want to work on, but they're not really their top priority. What they do is they love the young talent, and they outsource it. They have a website specifically NASA as their SBIR program, where they put on there every day. They update new contracts and all that, and you can submit a bid for it. And if they really like it,
that's the tenders, right?
Yeah, if they really,
it's kind of like War Dogs.
It's exactly. I love War. Did you know my dad knew the guy that was in War Dogs?
No way, the real guy.
The real guy. He went to Beach High.
Awesome. Side question. Let me be a liaison for Kessler Industries, dude.
Industrial, my
bad. I will. I'll make great relationships that are sustaining and long term with people whose heads we need to turn to secure good fat contracts.
Thank you.
And then I obviously, as a reward for my efforts, suspect there will be a sizable
commission. Okay.
I'm thinking 6 figures.
Something in that ballpark, at least.
If we even get to 6 figures for our first projects, but yeah.
Dude, with me on your team, what the fuck else are you thinking?
Oh my gosh, you'd be our public relations officer.
Exactly. I'd be like your sports agent, but for this shit.
Yeah, but what we do is, because I'm good with I like getting my hands dirty. I love doing the mechanical stuff.
He likes getting his hands dirty.
Yes. I suck at coding. I can't do anything on the computer. I'm retarded with it.
But you're an engineer and you can't use a computer?
I like doing stuff that's actual physical with my hands, like materials.
I set you up for that, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But I can't do coding. But what's cool is because my boys, they're much better. They're all computer science, especially the guy that tracks his jet. Of course he knows how to code.
For someone who can write Python and JavaScript and almost C++, that shit is so redundant and useless because in 5 years from now, it will be completely replaced by AI.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't pursue that fucking career path. Anywho.
Yeah, but don't forget C#. But yeah.
I don't know C#.
But the thing is, is
that a joke?
No, it's just something I remembered. I barely know anything about coding. But I'm really glad I have them because I feel like with us, because I know how to network, I know how to do mechanical stuff, and they know how to do all the coding because I have a lot of patents I want to work on. Mm-hmm. And together we're unstoppable. I'm building a team together. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I got all-star players. And it's like everything. It starts
small. That's important, man.
Amazon was in the garage. Google was in the garage. Apple was.
And at the end of the day, if you think you're the smartest person in the room, you should move to a different room.
I was just gonna, because I'm not the smartest. I need to keep switching rooms.
Oh, I know where you're coming, bro. I read this shit like a motherfucking a hieroglyphic interpreter. But anyways, to cap off this Trump thing, we did have 2 conspiracies.
Indiana Jones
Type shit. Call me Mark Harrison, baby.
Type shit.
Mark Hamill.
Mark,
Harrison Ford. There we go.
bro.
Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
I got him confused with Han Solo, who plays Indiana Jones. Anyways,
Yeah.
fucking speaking of some gay shit, our homie brother. You heard about that? Did you watch some of the videos? I know you did.
I did, bro.
You did? I didn't see any of it. Give me some of the grimy, juicy details.
So it was like sketch. He was wearing like a fucking.
And who is Sketch for the people that live under a rock?
Hey, brother. He did like the fucking the NFL draft. You feel me?
Maybe. He did the NFL draft for the Houston Texans.
Yeah. And basically it was like there was one where he was like in a crop top. We had like the girl filter on his face.
Holy
one
gay.
was makeup, and then there was one where he was like low key like I didn't really see it because it was on Instagram, so it, like blurred out the gay shit. You feel me? But you feel me? He was like taking a selfie, and like the blurred out part was like his ass.
Ooh, what about you? Have you seen anything of this this fiasco?
I zoned out. Which fiasco?
Do you know who Sketch is? The YouTuber that with the glasses, like, what's up, brother?
Nah, I haven't been on that.
Holy shit! So he's basically just some famous YouTuber for the youngster. He's a streamer. He plays Madden
For the Gen Alpha?
For the Gen Alpha.
That's my brother.
Yeah. He plays Madden and shit, streams. He gets like millions of views. Like all the big YouTubers fuck with him. He's like fucking with, FaZe Clan. They're OG.
Oh, I haven't heard Face since middle school.
I know they're back. So he
Oh my
fucks with
God.
FaZe Clan.
What
and,
about
like,
Optic?
No, Optic will stay in the pro gaming scene, which is very niche. Like they're huge to pro gamers.
They make a lot of money.
Exactly, they're huge to pro gamers. It's still the dream if you want to do esports to join Optic. I actually submitted a fucking top 5 montage to both of those once upon a time. Anyways, staying on the premise of gay shit, Sketch. My problem with it is, if you're gay, whatever. But it's crazy that he faked this entire persona, basically like virtue signaling as a Down syndromic, like innocent kid.
Down syndromic
No,
is
everyone's-
crazy.
It's an act, but like you still think behind that. Sure, he's not just like that all the time. Like he's all like, all right, guys, like he's gonna talk kind of normal, but I still think he's like a kid that likes to pull over the ice cream truck and get some ice cream. Like I think he's a nice kid.
Apparently, what happened is the reason why he was doing the gay OnlyFans.
He was addicted to drugs.
Because he was addicted to drugs,
Which is part of the shit.
Sketch was on a gay OnlyFans because of drugs.
Yeah, he was drug addicted and doing gay OnlyFans stuff, and then completely switched his marketing persona.
The only gay OnlyFans I knew about from a YouTuber is Nikocado.
I don't know who that is.
Bro, okay, then how do you not know Nikocado Avocado?
Yeah, I
He
don't know
eats
who that
everything.
He eats everything. That's what he's famous for.
He's just eating and getting fat. And he's gay. That's what he's known for.
Oh, I think I know you're talking about the ugly dude.
Yeah, and he cries. Yeah.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Speaking of ugly dudes, Andrei, what you been up to lately? Nah, I'm just playing. But some actual cool current event shit. The Summer Olympics is going on right now in Paris. Quite beautiful, no? And
Dude, no way.
you didn't know that,
Did
did
you
you? It's
hear
going
about-
on right now.
Did you hear about like the French not really like kind of like a survey petition or some shit where it's like they all gathered to all shit in the Nice. What's the river called? The Nice.
Nice?
Yeah, the Nice. And they all.
Oh, I think
they
I
all
know
got
what you're talking
to all
about. It's
shit
next-
right before the president Macron goes to swim in it. 'Cause he wants to
Macron.
prove that it's
Swimmable.
that it's clean enough for the Olympics. And they all shit.
They all know it's dirty. I've walked past that very river. It's
Yeah, I
actually
walked
gross.
past that shit too.
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
They gotta call it the Ganges River, bro.
The Ganges
The
River?
Ganges.
The Ganges. Have you ever been to Paris, Elijah?
Oh, I barely left it. Okay. Aside from coming into this country when I was small, I haven't left it since.
Bro, you should get out there.
I want
There's
to.
a
I
lot
want
see.
because okay,
We talked about it on the pod.
I've
You
yet to
should
be
check
on
it
a
out.
plane yet, except the one I was driving with my pilot friend. But besides, I haven't been on a commercial flight.
That's
besides coming to
crazy.
this country.
You've never been on a commercial
I haven't been on one that I
You've
remember.
flown on low biplanes.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I wonder what it's like. I don't know what
Quite
TSA
the
is.
enigma you are, Elijah. No, they make you take your fucking shoes off.
Do they
check
cavity
your-
search you?
They don't cavity search you. Only
Oh.
if you get pulled to the side and maybe they see something on the metal
Like in
detector.
North Korea.
Yeah.
I've been watching different videos then.
But going on, the Summer Olympics is going on. Some highlights: USA basketball taking over as usual. Fucking, I don't know about any of the other events because that's gay. I don't give a fuck about pole vaulting or sprints. Is Usain Bolt still in that shit?
I think so.
Yeah,
he's not. I think
Dude, he's
retired.
old.
Too old for that.
He's
Yeah.
old.
I think he retired.
I know that one tennis dude is like the next Federer. What's his name? Djokovic. Have you heard of this guy? He
I don't watch
just swept
tennis.
Wimbledon. You got to keep up, bro. Tennis is a gentleman's game. Some good shit. But the last thing on our sports
Tennis
segment.
is fucking gay.
It is.
Wait, why? It's kind of relaxing.
Just to watch.
Oh, no.
That's literally what
Yeah,
you hear
bro,
at a
real
tennis
sport.
ground.
Last time I played
football.
tennis was on the Wii, so I don't know.
That's some good stuff.
Yo,
right there.
I used to play that
That's
shit
some
too.
good stuff.
I would slap at baseball and bowling.
Nah, tennis was the best actually.
Yeah.
But y'all heard of this? There's a new college basketball player. This is to wrap up our sports segment. We don't have our usual sports correspondent Joshua Zedner, my co-host.
Boo!
Yeah, fuck you, Josh.
Fuck you, Josh.
Yeah, I know he's gonna watch this shit, dog. You should be here, but
You're missing out.
he's too busy getting.
That boy's sucking some toes right now.
Nah, bro. He told me where he's at.
Getting toes sucked
He found a crazy new glory hole at a truck stop, so you know he had to check it out.
at the new Wawa.
Anyways,
Yeah, that boy's sucking feet through the hole.
listen to this. There's a new player on the Florida Gators college basketball D1 named Oliver Rowe. Homie is 7'9". He's the tallest teenager of all time, and I think he's the tallest player in college basketball, and he's nasty, bro. He can move. His legs are like jacked. He's not like tall and lanky, bro. 7'9".
So he's not like most of them tall.
He's not like Victor Wembanyama. He's more yoked.
Wemby.
So think about this. What they're saying, their prediction is like 5-10 years from now, that's what all of it's going to be. The NBA is just going to be these giant motherfuckers that got it all. Like, we're hopping into a new breed of evolution.
Isn't that what it's supposed to be?
That is evolution. But, I mean, like, it's crazy that the 1% is getting crazier and crazier. Like, it's already the peak of like, human geneticism, but it's getting even nuttier. Anyways, I got a few serious things on here. Did y'all see Eminem made a new album? That's one for the people. Anyone who's a fan, I just had to throw that in there because I fuck with Eminem. It's a contemporary album, meaning it only makes sense if you listen to the whole thing in order because it's a story. Anyways, go check it out. It's a good fucking album. But have you seen these? They got man-made storms in Dubai. They got man-made weather over there. Have you seen that?
Bro, that's like some One Piece Alabasta shit, bro. They literally got fucking man-made rain.
And
bro.
it's gone overboard.
Flooding.
Exactly. Have you seen this?
Okay, this is very interesting you bring this up because this ties back into what I was saying earlier.
Callback.
Remember what I was saying? We get too advanced, then for our own good, we get wiped out by even bigger civilization?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of different types of civilizations?
Mesopotamia.
No, like galactic. Okay, so
Oh, you mean like Tatooine?
no. Okay, so let me explain for you. There's different types. A type 1 civilization.
Oh, you mean like the Mandalorians?
No.
Hey, that boy know what I'm talking about, huh?
What the fuck going on, dog?
What
Come
the fuck
on.
going
Wraps
on?
up to our blesser. Oh, God.
Everyone shut up and engineers speaking.
I have
So,
no gang affiliation.
A type 1 civilization is one that has complete control over all their planet's resources, like
I thought
weather.
it was people that couldn't eat sugar.
Nope. That's diabetes.
Yo.
So like type 1 has all control over their planet's resources,
Hold on, he's spitting right now.
has complete control over all their planet's resources and weather, which means like a type 1 civilization control their planet's weather, which is kind of like what you talk about with Dubai having small localized storms. We're getting close to there. They say Earth is right on the type 0.7, means we're almost close to getting with type 1. We can control all the weather on our planet. Type 2 is one that can control their solar system, which means like having a Dyson sphere.
Holy shit. Like being able to rotate all the stuff around the sun at our own pace.
Close, being able to harness the biggest nuclear reactor we have, the sun.
That would be something.
Get the energy from that.
That would be crap.
But don't you think big energy's putting a stop to all of that? They want to make money for their lifelines and their kids' lifelines. They want us to run on petrol and diesel forever, brother.
I'm sure when we get to that point, there'll be a company that's going to be even bigger than big energy that's going to try to capitalize on the sun.
Damn, imagine we're paying for sun.
What?
That's going to be horrible.
I used to have a joke about that when I sold solar panels. I was like, and sunlight's still free for now. And then they'd always laugh. But speaking of the man-made storms, I came up with a stand-up joke about it. It's like, because the backlash, obviously, they fucked it up. They don't know what they're doing. Like you said, there's mass flash flooding. Like, the storms went overboard.
Justin Winwood.
Justin Winwood. But my joke was, so Dubai's trying to control the weather, and they're not very good at it. Who do they think they are? The Jews? Because everyone knows they control the weather. This is a good fucking joke.
I'm guilty of it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, being that this is a crazy question, just thought of. Being that you're a
Jew.
black Jewish man, how do you feel about the war in Israel against Hamas?
Ooh. Are you sure you want to know
In
what I
two
think?
sentences.
Oh my god, 2 sentences.
We'd like to get everyone's perspective on this.
Jews deserve a place to live, and
I concur.
oh my god, another sentence. Palestinians just have to go along with it.
That's a good use of 2 sentences. I'd say you got your entire perspective across in those 2 sentences.
Yeah, no, we're going.
But speaking of which, to get into some serious shit, that's a great segue into, I don't know how much attention you pay to politics, but there was a NATO Summit. We talked a little about this last weekend. It's the 75th anniversary of NATO, actually, which,
Oh wow.
yeah, they started off the whole shebang with celebrating that, obviously, which quite a monument. 75 years of globalism. You gotta love it. What's your thoughts on globalism, Elijah?
Ooh. Although I
I
do,
look jacked in this picture.
although I do love the idea of us unifying as a country, because like borders are kind of getting in our way. Well, no, wait, that's kind of a bad thing because we do kind of need borders to regulate our nations, but also where we're going as a future. If we want to be one singular planet, we got to realize we're all humans. We got to move forward, but also, oh my gosh, like globalism does have its good and its bad, but also we need to have a national identity. So we can't have globalism go on us too much.
No, we can't put the other world above our own.
Like, okay,
if we're
a prime example, what happened, the Copa America. The whole thing.
Yeah, I was actually going to get into that, so good segue. We'll pause the NATO shit. Copa America, you saw what was going down at the Hard Rock? Fucking, we had
I live right next to there, I know.
We had Colombians flooding the vent system, dog. They were rushing the gate.
I saw the videos.
Yeah, it was insane. And if you've been on Twitter or anything, you've seen it. Yeah, that happened right down the fucking street, man.
That was Miami Gardens, right?
Bro, and we knew shit like that was getting down. And the first thing I thought of is just like, isn't it surreal how much of a next level people take it to when it comes to football? Like soccer over everything else. You don't see that. Like, you see some shit in other sports, but when it comes to soccer, dog, it's another level. And what do you think that is? You think it's because, like, it's Chicos? I think that's a
national
huge
pride.
fact.
We all have
I was
national
going to say,
pride.
I think it's the closest they really get to identifying around a movement as entirely as a country. Because it's the only sport, it's the only sport they all have a team like for their country.
It's really funny because the British, they invented it, and then everyone else does it
never
better than
bringing
them.
football home.
Yeah.
Never bringing football
Bro,
home.
we're hosting the World Cup, bro.
It's never going to happen in Miami again. After what happened, like, on Sunday, it's not going to happen here again.
Oh, they'll do it. They'll do it. They'll just have, bro, it's World Cup security. We're talking state level cops versus National Guard. Yeah, bro. But what else happened? So Colombia obviously still fucking lost even with all that support.
I cry.
It sucks for the Colombians out there, which
I'm Team
I feel
Colombia.
for you guys because I've been to your country twice. And they get
Where'd you go, Medellin?
So I've been to Barranquilla, Cartagena, Medellin, and Santa Marta. I'm well versed in the Colombian ways, bro.
When did this happen?
All in the last 2 years. I went to the first 3 cities in my first trip there for 3. I've talked about it before on the podcast, but that I went with my family and we still got down. We went to everything. Like we went to all the tourist traps. Second time was with my girlfriend at the time, and she was from Santa Marta, which is a small little third world desolate island off the coast of Colombia, but still part of the country. Everyone that lives there is a poor local or a backpacker. It's really rugged. It was pretty cool. It got me real grounded, man. Peace and love. But fucking stemming away from the gay shit. So Argentina won, which even though Colombian women are drop dead gorgeous, Argentinian women.
I don't care anything about the women. I can't stand any Argentinians, man.
I mean, I was just comparing the picture they posted of the topless Colombian fans and the topless Argentinian fans, and that's what won my vote.
Well, I already know. I can speak for this. Jews are annoying, but Argentinian Jews are on another level of annoying.
Oh yeah, that's probably.
I was behind a family, all of them at CVS, and they wouldn't shut up.
That's almost as bad as a vice president that's an Indian black lady.
Yeah.
But I'm just kidding. I love all races.
Crazy.
Anyway, I fuck with gay people too. Because we said some anti-gay shit. I just want to let them know where I stand.
Anti-gay. Dude, it's
But,
2026. You gotta...
I fuck with gay people. Anyways, and
2026 since when?
I was just checking to see if you were, like, following.
the other side of that, the UEFA Europa, Spain beats England. We touched on it a
Not
little
surprised.
bit. 2-1. And
Where's Harry Kane?
have you seen this new young prodigy, this guy Lamine Yamal? Have you heard of him? He was 16 when the season started. I think even at the start of the playoffs. 16, bro.
That's
He was
crazy.
born
He
in
went pro at
2007.
16.
Not just pro.
Born in
he's
2007?
7. Doesn't that make you shake your pants?
Dude, that's when I got my first DS, Nintendo DS.
That's when I
At
got my
Chuck E.
first.
Cheese.
Yes was goated, bro.
Bro, that's when I got my first over the pants hand job. This guy was born then. And fucking not just he's on the team, dog, leading the team. He's doing maybe the best on the pitch, arguably. And he's 17 and still has braces, holding up the championship at the end of it. Ain't that crazy?
Hold on.
I'm a young buck, huh?
I just got I just got back into Instagram after deleting it for 3 years, and then I was on
Aren't
this.
you a real Wookiee? No, that's cool though. I agree with that completely.
Yeah, so then I was on the what is it called, YouTube Reels, and then this person was like, "Oh yeah, all of y'all that have parents like born in the '90s is like, what do you mean? Everyone's parents are born in the '90s." I'm like, what? Whose parents are born? Get off social media! You're too young.
If
your parents are born in the '90s.
'90s, they're 30.
My
Yeah.
people were born in like the 70s.
My mom was both my parents were born in '72. So
Crazy. My dad's 72, my mom's 68. My dad likes him older.
what? Okay, my mom was
My
3.
mom's 70, my dad's 73.
Hey.
My mom was 3 months older
They're
than my
both
dad.
younger than our presidents. Our president's
That's not how it
choices,
should be.
rather. Isn't
Wait,
it?
hold on. What about RFK?
I think he's
The
younger
brainworms?
than both. I like him. I do. We've talked about it before.
But the brainworms.
We still like him. It doesn't seem to be affecting him much. He's definitely more sensible and there than Jobo. But what was I gonna say? Fucking, I completely forgot. Oh, if Bill Clinton, fun fact, if he ran for president today, he'd be younger than Joe and Trump.
Stop the cap.
That's a true statement. Look it up. Bill Clinton right now is younger than both.
What are we doing?
right? But to top off the NATO thing, I did have some real fire to spit. This is gonna be for our nerd viewers. So basically, at the Washington Summit, they mostly focus on the efforts to counter Russia and to support Ukraine, which was about 75% of the whole 3-day ordeal.
Yeah.
However, the 2024 summit communique, they call it a communique, also addresses non-Euro-Atlantic risks and opportunities based on the idea that conflict, fragility, and instability elsewhere directly affects NATO's security. So what all that basically means is, I wrote a lot down. I'm not going to read it all, but they basically talked about straight there to the right.
All right.
First door on the right. Here, Andrei, you know what? I'll just have you read this because I want to grab some. Read right there. This is the briefing of the NATO Summit I wrote down.
NATO Summit, 75th anniversary, confirming the alliance's interest in the Middle East. The communique endorses NATO member states' continued support for 2 substantive frameworks for cooperation. The Mediterranean Dialogue (MD) and the Istanbul Cooperation Initiative (ICI) announces new initiative to further NATO's engagement in the region.
This is important stuff.
More challenging for NATO's Middle East partners, relying on hydrocarbon exports. The
Oil and gas.
The document also endorses continuing efforts towards an energy transition. Finally, and glaringly and disappointingly, NATO member states omitted any direct mention of the ongoing war in Gaza, despite the Washington Summit declaration assertions of NATO's steadfast and enduring commitments to the... Bro, why are you using all these fucking big ass words, bro? What the fuck?
I wanted to sound like a journalist.
declaration assertions of NATO's steadfast and enduring commitments to shared values that hold the alliance together. The communique announces that NATO, finally, a decade after the war started, it's institutionalizing
That's some more effort.
security cooperation activities in support of Ukraine. The alliance committed to which means put more. You want me to do like a British accent, bro?
Put your life into it.
The alliance committed to providing 40 billion euros in funding the next year and sustainable levels in our years to be reevaluated at the annual. I don't even know what any of this shit means, bro. You read this shit, bro.
Reevaluated at annual summits with a broad focus on capability development along the doctrine, organization, training, material, leadership, personal facilities, and interoperability. What that all means is these are all the ways that they pledge to provide aid to the Ukraine. Doctrine, organization, training. So giving them like basically a blueprint of how they should take over or win back their territory. I don't know what they hope they're gonna do, but they're not gonna take over Russia. But
that would be crazy though.
If
Russia
Ukraine took over Russia, you know what? You guys can hold me to this. If Ukraine wins in a manner which they take over Russia, I will literally blow my brains out with a shotgun. I'll do it for the viewers.
No, did he?
I'll do it on Facebook Live. I'll blow my fucking... Not because I don't want it to happen. I would love... I just don't see it in a million years.
Right now in Ukraine, there's a NATO puppet government in charge. You feel me?
Yeah, they're basically expanding NATO's powers even more so of how they manage Ukraine in the manner in which they fight back against Russia.
So much money, bro. And it's so much money at the expense of just Ukrainian and Russian lives, bro. NATO's fucked for that shit.
Yeah, the year 2024, which a lot of you don't know this, it officially marks a decade since Russia's initial invasion of Ukraine.
During the Sochi Olympics, that's
when they initially invaded. Yes, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And then 2022, they drastically escalated.
How it really started is when in 2014 NATO put a puppet government in charge of Zelensky, bro, and that's what started a civil war. There was a government in charge already that supported not joining NATO because Russia did not want NATO right on its border. There was an agreement that happened in like the 90s, the 80s, where NATO said that they wouldn't go past Germany. You know what I mean? They wouldn't bring NATO past Germany.
And they reneged.
They went past the deal, and Russia, like, they wouldn't want NATO. Like, NATO was formed to be against the Soviet Union, right? Why is NATO still around? The Soviet Union isn't still around.
I can see this point really hits home on there. But I do want to... I can draw a little line of comparison from that to what's going on now with Trump getting shot, because he's talking about what one of my conspiracies was. He's saying he's going to end the war, he's going to pull out, and
he's going to pull out.
Like we all do.
I don't.
Oh, knock on wood, you probably got some kids out there, boy. But basically they're drawing comparisons to JFK. Because when JFK said he was going to pull out, and he did, he promised 100,000 troops a year for his 4 years. After he pulled out the first 100,000, he was dead 2 weeks later. So with Trump, he's saying the same thing about Ukraine. And like you said, there's a lot going on over there. We don't know all the specifics, and we know everything going on, but a lot of shady business, to say the least. Yep. So there's something to be protected. And they just try to kill the guy. I really don't believe it was some lone gunman with all the facts that we have of the utter neglect that was going on, and the fact that he's had his service agents lowered to just 20 and Biden wouldn't approve anymore, and people were calling out the gunman and people weren't responding. It's just not adding up in my book. But my other theory was, who has the most to gain from this if he survives? Him dying, they obviously have the most to gain. But him surviving, he goes up 15, 20 points in every state. Every state, at least that is switchable. He's even maybe a debate now in New York. You know that for Reagan went up like, I'm pretty sure it was 22 points in his election when he survived the assassination. It's like a bulletproof plan to shoot up the polls. His funding's going to be through the roof from his already galvanized supporters. Like
Trump's stud, bro.
So if he staged it himself, I believe not that it's that plausible, because that's pretty tough. Like you are at the end of the day telling someone to shoot 2 inches away from a death blow. So that's scary.
I don't think it was staged.
But I think the thing they teach in law school is motive, right?
You've been to law school?
I just told you I could pass the bar. I've watched enough episodes of Suits.
What? I swear, I finished Suits.
I finished Better Call Saul.
Also, another great one I've killed. Shout out Saul, man. That's a good lawyer. I wish all lawyers were like that. Most of them are just slimy little weasels that are like,
well, yeah, he's a criminal lawyer.
Retainer will be $200,000. And do you know what I'm impersonating?
Yeah, it's just Jewish.
Obviously, a Dominican woman, but anywho.
You know who I'm gonna call?
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Oh, that's a good lawyer. But
House MD.
that's pretty much all the points I have on that. I did want to ask you about something. So you grew up here in Miami Beach, right? We talked a little bit about our history here, what Miami's all about. We've given the audience everything we have to say about it. But am I not mistaken in thinking you have something you want to speak about, something about the history of
yes, I did.
This city, this beautiful 305 paradise we live in?
Yeah.
I'm giving you a lot of build up right now. I'm giving you time to think, gather your thoughts. This is what a great host does, by the way. This is the moderating at its finest. But take it away, Elijah.
Yes, my family, the Kessler family.
Tell us about them.
We were Miami Beach royalty.
Were you?
Kessler.
Oh, they said Queso.
No,
Kessler.
Queso.
That's Kessler, his government name.
He knows.
For any outstanding warrants.
But yeah, so originally started with my great grandfather, Harry Kessler. He was born.
Short for Harrison?
Yes.
I don't know, man. We got to line up the facts.
So he's from the Ukraine, and
what a coinkydink.
And he moved to New York City right before, because he heard like the Holocaust was happening. Well, not the Holocaust, World War II was happening.
Was it not formerly the Soviet Union back then?
Yes.
So he's from the Soviet Union.
He's Soviet, yeah.
Oh, so he's a fucking Marxist or anti. He fled because he didn't line up with.
He fled because he
wasn't Lenin at that time.
No,
it wasn't Lenin.
What year was it?
1900.
Yeah, it was like Lenin time.
Lenin, right? Yo, my Russian history.
Like the Soviet Union was founded.
Well, no, he left in the 30s. He left because he was 30s.
So it was like Stalin.
Stalingrad.
He was Jewish, and he knew Hitler was coming, and he was like, okay, I got to get out of here.
That's a pretty smart move.
So he left, and that's good, because if he didn't leave, I wouldn't be here.
I think it's still Lenin. I think Stalin comes in at like 35, 36, around the same time as Hitler.
Right.
No, because Stalin was definitely in power like in 34. So maybe it was whatever.
Isn't it every 4 years? It wasn't a presidency.
What?
Stalin came
Russia's not like that.
Lenin died.
Oh, he was his son or some shit, or like his senior advisor.
It was supposed to be Trotsky, but that was Stalin.
He pulled a Joe Biden on Trump.
Put a Joe Biden.
But yeah, so he went to New York, and he actually he brought his wife there, who was also Jewish. They're both Jewish, and they had 5 children there. Well, there's someone born in Ukraine. They had more than my grandfather was one of them. He was the youngest. He was born in New York, and it was the Great Depression. He had to support 5 children.
The roaring 30s, baby.
Actually, no, yeah, he had to support 5 children, and what he did, he had his own bakery, and one of his famous recipes was his Russian black bread recipe. Now, like, you ever seen
what?
Black bread, Russian black
bread. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Russian black bread.
It's African American bread now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you've watched SpongeBob, right? Where like Mr. Krabs has a secret formula and Plankton's always trying to steal it.
Of course.
Well, he actually had.
You know what the secret formula is, right?
It's crab.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Is sweet jizz, but also crab.
I don't know if they put that in Nickelodeon, but yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so he actually had that in real life. He had a competitor who he would come in and he'd try to steal the bread. But this time he was sick of it. So my great grandfather, he tackled him and he strangled him out in his own bakery and he killed him right there.
Your grandfather killed your great grandfather?
No, my great grandfather killed his competitor right in his bakery for trying to steal his bread during the Great Depression.
Okay.
He killed him with his own hands. He says, "No, I'm not doing this anymore."
Gangster.
Money was tight back then.
And back then they didn't have cameras or DNA.
Yeah, so he's like,
he got away
"I'm
with
killing
it.
you. You're stealing my bread. I'm killing you."
He got away with it too, probably.
All
you gotta do is dump him in the river.
Yeah, in
I
Hudson
got
River.
away with it.
Yeah, he got away with it.
You didn't go to jail, bro. It's the 30s, dog.
Real Soviet
it's
stuff.
the 30s, bro.
But
God,
then
I wish I lived then.
he had my
I came straight from fucking Soviet Union, caught a fucking body in America.
Yeah,
And got away with
real
it.
immigrant stuff. Ellis Island.
How did he not get
That's
pinned
some
as a
Russian
red?
ass
They didn't
shit.
pin him as a red or
Nah, he wasn't communist.
It's because he ran
Boy,
from
you
that.
Slavic,
He was just
bro.
Jewish. He was just
You're
Jewish.
fucking Slavic, bro.
But yeah, anyway, so he had my grandfather and his brother. My grandfather was Louis Kessler and his brother Sid Kessler. They're the Kessler brothers. They moved down to Miami Beach.
Lewis and Sid. That's like a founding. That sounds like the two people that discovered Oregon.
Yeah. No, that's Lewis and Clark.
I said sounds like. I know it's not Lewis and Sid.
Yeah, but
And Sacagawea, bro.
yeah, she's on the
Come
coin.
on, have some respect.
Oh my
You
god.
left out the Native American classic Jew move.
Okay, but so they went down to Miami Beach. They came down in the 40s. They're all about real estate when Miami Beach was just starting up.
Oh, and they're all about real estate. Go on.
So they actually started building hotels. They built the Winter Haven. Before it was the Winter Haven,
The Winter Haven.
On
is
Collins
that-
Ave.
Yeah.
1400 Collins Ave.
1400. I know the Winter Haven.
Before I
Boy,
went,
if I had me some times at the Winter Haven.
I wanted to show you. Actually, I have like I have a primary source right here.
You know, I grew up on 1800 Collins Avenue.
Yeah, that's where I used to go to your house.
Mhm.
You, me, Tyler, and Chippy. We're all in the same area.
Tyler, Chippy, you and I.
Yes. But yeah, like I was saying, we had the so before it was the Winter Haven, it was actually the Kessler Brothers Hotel, named after Louis and Sid. They were brothers.
Okay.
And this is it was actually cool. In storage, we had one of their hotels that had Kessler Brothers. We had one of their towels
Show the
embroidered.
camera first.
Oh, okay.
And then show me.
Well, this isn't it, but like I don't have a picture of it.
Oh.
But we had one of their towels that was embroidered Kessler Brothers Hotels. But before that, he named it the Winter Haven because he was from New York, and it was a place for people from New York to come.
It was a winter.
It was a haven for winter snowbirds and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I
it
want
rolls off the tongue.
I'm going to show the camera first. This is an ancient from the 40s, back before they had actual phone numbers and all that. This is what how they used to have like operators and all that.
Yeah.
This is for their original.
Make sure it focuses.
This is their original business card, and I'm going to show Adam right now. Winter Haven president. So it was 3. Lou Kessler was my grandfather. Sid was my great uncle, and Bruce was my second cousin. It was Sid's son.
That's pretty cool.
Nah,
3 founders.
That's your inheritance right
Yeah,
now?
and then you see it right there.
Oh wait, is that your inheritance?
Yeah, no, they were the owners and managers of the Winter Haven. They built that.
Did they sell it?
Sell it?
I'm getting to that. They own the Winter Haven, they own Casablanca, and they own the Penguin.
Casablanca's the
Casablanca.
ultimate trap. That's where
fine.
They own the Casablanca.
Should've started with
Casablanca is where you go to snort a Percocet and
What?
peg a
Yeah.
Wow, I smoked hella perks.
Bro, what?
And actually, we have. I'm
we
gonna
no longer endorse the smoking of opiates.
I'll
but-
show the camera right now, but here's a picture we have my family album of a lot of prominent figures.
Black and white, baby.
The Fountain Blue. So
If it's black and
Bro,
white.
they started the Fountain Blue?
no, but Ben Novak, the actual owner of the Fountain Blue. There's my grandfather next to Ben Novak,
I see. It's
and
a certified people. That's
Yeah.
him right there.
he was
right?
gonna buy it off
He's
him.
this
That's your
douchebag.
grandpa right there?
No, that. Oh my gosh, wait.
Ben Novak is that guy.
Ben Novak, and there's my grandfather.
Yeah.
That's your grandfather.
And there's Ben Novak.
That boy Loki looks like you a little bit.
Well, yeah, he's my grandfather.
It's kind of fire, bro.
I guess he wasn't the milkman's.
Yeah, but it was the whole thing. We're multimillionaires, and not only you've been to Aventura, right?
I basically live there. We're
Yeah, it's right
10 minutes
here.
Away, yeah.
So Aventura Mall and the Turnberry, my grandfather had a hand in helping
Oh,
build
the
the mall.
Turnberry is a nice joint.
He helped build that Turnberry and Aventura Mall. They were together.
So they're prominent developers of
Real
key
estate,
Miami figures.
That's fire.
real estate, and
That-
hospitality management.
That is, I would consider that. Would you deem that Miami royalty?
I would be not goaded.
Would you knight the Sir fellow? You got to knight him after that. You're about to get knighted.
Thank you.
You know what you got to do, Neil.
Oh,
Wait, do it with our sponsor.
Oh,
do it with a
where is
sponsor.
it? Where are the donuts?
Oh, we threw out the sponsor.
No, it's over there. It's on top. It's
I'll do this.
Thank you.
We dubbed the Sir Roll.
Sir Roll.
Sir Roll.
Oh,
That's a hard one to say. Sir Roll.
introducing new person. You have to.
Introducing new person. This is Jacqueline. Say hi to the people.
Hi.
But like I said, Turnberry was mainly founded by the Sofers, the Sofer family. Don Sofer is the one currently. And it was the Sofers and the Kesslers. They founded it together, but they had a falling out. Which, if you go to Turnberry now, there's a lot of pictures there in the lobby about them actually plotting out. Like, they have like ancient photos and all that. What's funny is that I've seen that same picture in my photo album, but they cut out at the end the picture of my grandfather in it.
Damn.
It was, they had a big falling out, and they wanted to remove all evidence of him.
Okay, but it's still in your inheritance. Right?
Yeah, I still have the
Okay,
picture of my family album, but they don't have that in the lobby because they want to remove him.
Mm.
And then what
What
happened?
was he doing? Snoring blow off the
No, he was just
floor.
he was just
table?
a greedy old bastard.
Dirty old bastard, huh?
And then he had that, but the thing is, in the '80s when they're called the Cocaine Cowboys when the Cubans.
Oh,
came
I
in,
know about the cocaine.
He got scared. He started selling all of his properties.
He had to liquidate.
Yeah,
quick.
he liquidate. We had we had last thing we had was our mansion in 71st Street, and
we had a mansion on 71st.
we had a big house. Yeah, we had a huge house
next to Normandy Park.
Yeah, next to the golf course.
Damn, in that little gated neighborhood.
Yeah.
So,
But we had one there until it got pretty bad, and then he had a lot of stuff in the stock market, but he liquidated that as well. And it got to the point where he started getting dementia, and he was like, "I don't."
So old people.
Yeah, he was like, "I don't care. I'm not leaving any inheritance for anyone. I'm keeping it for myself." And then, of course, the recession in 2008 happened, and we lost our mansion.
Housing crisis.
And then we had to move to our house, which we live on 191st now. And then we went there, and it was just. I feel not bad. It's more my father because he kind of feels bad about it, like still, because he was supposed to inherit. Like, we were supposed to go into hospitality management and hotel empire, and my grandfather ruined it. My father thinks it's his fault, but it's not. And now it's on me. That's why, like, I have a big weight on my shoulders too.
You have a big drive.
I have to.
But at the end of the day, do you feel that you're owed the fruit of the loins of those before you? Like, at the end of the day, don't you find it exhilarating to have to kind of make it on your own and know it's your back against the wall?
Well, I mean, yes and no. We were multi-millionaires. We had many millions. Yeah,
it's a tough loss. But
and wait, you said what happened to the millions?
My grandfather, he had them, and then he didn't invest them properly, and they took it out of the stock market, and then the economy crashed in 2008, and that's when we really lost all of it, and then we had to relocate it. And now my family, you remember Cohen and Cohen, right?
Fuck you, you're gonna bring it back, bro.
I think I do.
Cohen and Cohen, those are my great uncles. They're part of the family as well.
Okay.
So we have lawyers in our family as well.
Oh, that's a big law firm.
Yeah, big law firm in Miami. But that's why I feel like it restarted again, because it started originally with the Kessler brothers, my grandfather and my great uncle, and now it's me and my brother. I started my own company. It's going to restart, and it's on me to reignite the empire and bring
that's why you
stuff
have to
back to my
drive
family.
I don't think you'd be half the person you were if you were born into an existence where you knew you had that coming. It was always cultivated in your brain.
Well, now that it's gone, I have something to prove.
Exactly. And I think that in itself is beautiful. But I want to say, first off, thank you, bro, for coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's been an honor having you. Great guest. And Andrei, as always, was wonderful. But I'm going to wrap this up with one more, I guess, space-themed question here.
Okay.
Let's see. I got to think of one on the spot. What,
Bro, you think an asteroid gonna hit us anytime soon?
What do you think
Not
happens
likely.
first? Some natural occurrence of world catastrophe, or a man-inflicted one?
Man-inflicted one.
Way to get fucking morbid.
We have a lot of more preventive measures against natural occurring, especially
We could prevent an asteroid, like he said.
Well, I mean, have you seen Armageddon? I mean, well, based on not just Army. I love that movie, but also
Is that scientifically backed? Like, you could actually take an asteroid out like that?
You know what? Yes, based on our research, I feel like we could if we split it and then just at the right apex where it splits off into two different halves and it glides across the Earth. Of course, just need to
theorem.
Yeah, just bring a nuke to an asteroid and blow it up, and yeah, who cares?
That'd be crazy.
Who would you deem your favorite or most interesting scientist of all time? I knew he'd like that question.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna ask you the same thing after on that.
I don't know. There's like Oppenheimer count. I'm kind of biased because I
That
saw.
counts.
Because like, bro, I saw the movie last. Like, I saw.
He was someone that conducted science. He's a scientist.
I saw my boys like literally the last year. I saw it right after Barbie with them.
You think it was worthy of all the awards it won? It was that good? I've only watched the first half. I fell asleep. It was late at night.
I enjoyed it. I liked how it showed how he had his struggles. Like, okay, yeah, I created this huge monstrosity. Now what? And he felt the weight of the shoulders on it, weight of the earth on him. I feel like, yeah, I feel that too. Sometimes I feel too much weight on me. And I was like, I relate with it.
Oh, you could really resonate, huh?
Yeah, because even though it shouldn't be, I feel like I take on a lot more than I should because I know what I'm capable of. And like me, mostly I'm looking out for me and my family. I want to make sure we're back to where we're supposed to be.
What do you think's a good coping mechanism when all that feels like too much?
Just taking a walk outside. I love nature. That's probably part of my high school too, because like we're all about like marine biology, and I love going by the ocean. I love surfing too. I picked up in high school as well.
What's your favorite sea critter? What's the most unique, rather?
Octopus. I love octopi.
That's a great answer. Now, Andrei, I'm going to ask you the same series of questions. First question being, who is your favorite scientist, or who do you find the most interesting?
I fought with Nikola Tesla.
I knew you were going to say that. That's a good one.
You feel me? Because I feel like, bro, he got like...
First he got snubbed.
I feel like, yeah, they definitely he got killed by someone, you know, because the thing is, I feel like he had a better way of distributing electricity to people.
I heard about that.
Than, like, instead of all the wires that we have, you know?
Yeah, and big electricity took him out.
Yeah.
He was trying to figure out a way to harness the ancient energy that they used in the pyramids.
Exactly.
Like, that's some crazy stuff. Ahead of his time.
He tried to use some advanced energy, bro, and they wasn't fucking with it because they couldn't make money off it. You know?
I would say, well, I'm not answering yet. The second question was, what's a good coping mechanism for when it feels like the burdens of the world's trials and tribulations are getting to be too much?
Smoke a blunt.
I didn't answer the question.
Smoke a blunt?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite scientist?
Charles Darwin.
It's a good one, even though his theory is bullshit. I'm just kidding. But why? Because he discovered evolution?
No, because I had a dog named after him.
You name your
Pretty
dog
good
Charles Darwin?
Mm-hmm. Pretty
He
dope.
became that name, actually, so we adopted him because of that.
Did you adopt him from like a planetarium or something?
That's smart.
Oh, close enough.
No, she adopted him from Pavlov's trials. He was one. When they were done with him, they just gave it to her. He was like, "I would name it after my favorite scientist." But smoke a blunt.
Yeah.
Good answer. And the final question being, what's your favorite sea critter or most interesting?
I followed the Megalodon. That shit kind of hard.
You ever seen the movie Meg?
Yeah.
The Meg.
The Meg. It's like about an annoying stepsister named Megan.
The Megalodon shit hard.
But all right, I think that'll be it for the episode, fellas. Thanks for tuning in. Please leave a comment if you think Elijah's got a fly shirt on. Shout out Bucky's. And peace and love. Praise to Allah. Woo-woo.